Happy Saturday, although you're probably watching this Sunday or later about things that happened yesterday and earlier. Hey, remember watching this in my shorts feed? That kind of looks like him. You're filming. That kind of looks like him, right?
Yeah.
I only haven't seen him in...
Oh, hey, look what he's got.
Oh, what? Holy cow.
That's not one of yours, is it?
It is.
Is it? That's friggin' awesome.
This is when I first started painting. Wow.
That's a good one.
Just to remember how awesome I am. Josh from the best class.
2014. 2014. That's cool.
Dang, dude.
So I taught you grade 8 at Queen Street, grade 9 at Roxton.
Yeah. Your face is super familiar, actually.
You were friends with Josh, not Rosella.
Oh, Josh.
I have a painting of from Josh in my room.
Oh, Josh Erskine?
Yeah. Are you brothers with Josh? No.
Oh my gosh, what's your name? Why is he doing this to us?
So you can see here, it was supposed to be a preview for another vlog 245, but that didn't work out because Mr. Shock is a teacher and he's on Christmas break right now. And since he's on Christmas break, you can go back and rewatch 245. In fact, please do. But the gist of it is it was basically time scheduling logistics. And so I did other things in another vlog 245. However, I did mention that we'd take care of this painting here in this vlog. So welcome to another vlog 249. Check out the vibiness of this lighting, guys. This just looks so cool for some reason. We got all the lights off, obviously. We got some light coming in from outside in the windows, and then we got this LED bar here. And as we came in, this light was left on. I saw this as we dragged this across the floor, and I was like, dang, that looks so freaking cool. Doesn't it? It looks awesome. Anyway, I'll turn on the lights for you now. We just headed to town to get another sheet of melamine because there was a slight miscalculation. Clint is making these for a client. These are these mini coffee bars, I guess. And he's got to put some shelving inside. Look how boring this is. This is the carcass that they gave him, more or less. And this is how he's given a facelift. And it looks so freaking nice compared to what they were. You probably didn't take pictures of what they looked like before, hey?
I don't know if I did. No, they were pretty great. They got some other ones there. I could take a picture.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah, you should. The before and after. Man, they were hideous.
Pretty hideous looking.
Yeah. Melamine, not my favorite material, but it's easy to wipe, easy to care for. So that's what's going to be the shelving and stuff inside there. But anyway, while he's working on that, I'm going to head over in here. I went with him to town to grab some more materials because I'm working on this series of paintings, like the one that you saw out there. So I grabbed a couple more canvases as well. I'm going to expand on this, but before I do that, I've promised this a couple times here. Let's get this underway. This is ripped. We need to fix that. Now this is probably still wet because I just did this last night. Yeah, very obviously wet. So I have to be careful with where I set this. And actually, now I'm thinking about it, the one out here is probably still wet as well. Because I did this one last night as well. Yeah, a little bit. So, before you make too much dust, let's move this, if you don't mind. I'm just going to make a spot for it so that we're not getting a bunch of dust on it. So this I can move maybe onto that stool or not. it doesn't have... Okay, I'll move this right here on the floor. Like that. And then the big one can go here. This one's a lot tackier than the frog that I did. Probably because the heat is out here, but not dry enough to let it be. Okay, let's tilt it to get through these cords and then through the frames here.
It's heavy on the canvas, eh?
Oh yeah.
That amount of-
Yeah, it's a liter of paint.
Oh, where do you want to put it?
We'll put it right here on the coffee table.
Okay.
Yeah, so flip it back and we'll just rest it right there. I was going to do the repair of the Einstein here, but I think I will do it out there because it doesn't matter if this gets a little dusty. I'll be able to get rid of it because nothing is wet. But look at that rip.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it fell off the wall apparently
At
'cause
the...
at the school. So I gave this to my old science teacher.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it fell off the wall and caught an edge somewhere
Oh
and
my
ripped.
gosh. How are you gonna fix it?
How I've always done it, I guess, which I don't know if it's proper or not, but basically put a piece of canvas behind it,
Yeah.
glue it on, wait for that to dry, and then blend some paint on there. Since it's finger painting, I can add some texture to it. It should hide it.
I almost feel like you could do that with duct tape on the back.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if it'll stick as well
It'll
as
stick as well as the canvas.
the canvas that I'll glue on. We'll see. All right, now while that is drying, shouldn't take too long. It is 5-minute epoxy, but it is a wait. So while it's drying, let's do some more art with one of our new canvases. I'm gonna do this. Last night, I painted the frog, which I've been doing on my Instagram lives. I did that one last night after doing this fish. After doing that fish over there on a previous to that live, Instagram live. If you don't follow me on my Instagram, go ahead and follow me, My Hands Gallery on Instagram. I'm doing lives, creating art and brainstorming ideas for art and things to encompass within the show that I'm having in April. So if you want to brainstorm with me, I'm going to be doing lives up until the show. My dogs are going crazy. Something must be going on here.
Big old melamine cabinets, I dressed them up.
Hey, Armando.
How's my brother doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're gonna have so much fun, eh?
Yeah. They're heavy, man, because of the freaking melamine.
I wonder if I should back the trailer like right up here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Something for that. We're
let's
something
do
for
that.
Ice patch.
Hold on.
You wanna give me
Oh yeah, that's not slippery anymore.
One side you lift it up, one down the back.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Hang on, I got the wheels here. Oh, it's on wheels.
I'm going, oh, it shouldn't be that heavy. What's wrong with these guys?
No, it's pretty heavy.
No, it's heavy.
I haven't had a honey in 23 years.
Yeah. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Do you want a beer or something?
You know, all these women are gonna see my ass cheeks flex when I'm lifting.
Okay, I'm back. Funny thing about this frog, this was a suggestion from someone in the audience while we were live, whilst I was painting this one yesterday. However, I actually had bought this canvas to paint something else, which was also a suggestion for this canvas here whilst I was painting that one. If you watch the lives, this will make sense. If you didn't, I'm probably being confusing. But anyway, this piece here it was suggested that I do a seahorse on it. But I thought it was a little too long and skinny for a seahorse. I wanted the proportions to be, you know, to scale, although that would be massive. But I wanted the scale to be somewhat anatomically correct, much like the frog is. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to go buy canvas, this one. And then I forgot that a seahorse would look awesome in this series. Now, I'm not only going to be doing aquatic animals. I'll be doing a few others, but I definitely want to do a seahorse. So I went out and got another canvas today. Thank you, Clint, for bringing me to town with you. That was 2 birds, 1 stone sort of thing. Whilst Einstein is drying, why don't I paint up the background on this? All right, and now that this has been coated, I can let it dry. I'll lean that there. And it's very likely that our Mr. Einstein is dry. Very likely. Let's feel here. Oh yeah, nice and hardened.
That's what she said.
That's perfect. Let's get this up on the easel and fix this. Let's make it look like that doesn't exist. And maybe let's do, as I've been doing with some of my older pieces that I've still hung on to. Of course, this is not one that I've hung on to, but I have it now in here. Let's do a little bit of a revamp on this piece. So this is the before, and this is the after. And I reckon it looks pretty freaking good. Way better than it did before when I first did it 10 or so years ago. And this is how I did it.
Imagination is more important than knowledge. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. Imagination is everything. It is the driver of life's coming attraction.
I don't know that there's anything left that Einstein predicted that we can still end up finding out is true. Everything has been correct. And in fact, let me tell you how smart Einstein was. In one of his equations, he put in a term that he later regretted putting in, and he called it his greatest blunder. This is a term that he looked at his equations, and his equations showed that the universe had to be either expanding or collapsing. Now, no one had any idea that the universe, which is everything, would be doing anything.
Yeah, it's just there.
It's just there, right? So he says, this can't be right. Let me put in this term. It's a legitimate mathematical term, but physically, what the hell are you doing, Albert? And he says this term will help stabilize it from collapse. Okay, and it's a pressure force to push outward, and that'll stabilize it. Later on, just a couple of years later, Hubble, the man, discovered that in fact the universe was expanding, and he didn't need the term because he could have predicted that the universe should either be expanding or contracting, but he didn't. He put in this term. He said it's his biggest blunder. Now, you know what Einstein's actual biggest blunder is? Saying that that was his biggest blunder. Because in fact, in 1998, we discovered a pressure in the universe pressing against gravity that is exactly the term that he put in.
It wound up being what he said.
His biggest blunder is thinking he made a blunder. That's how smart he is. That's badass smart.
Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. The equation E is equal mc squared, in which energy is set equal to mass multiplied with the square of the velocity of light, showed that very small amount of mass may be converted into a very large amount of energy, and vice versa. The mass and energy were in fact equivalent, according to the formula mentioned above. This was demonstrated by Jakota and Landon in 1932 experimentally.
Yeah, he looks like he's wearing a tuxedo. That's not what I want. Speaking of tuxedos and Einstein, fun fact that you may have not known about him. Although he was not a fan of fashion at all, Einstein invented a adjustable waistcoat and put out a patent on it. Just took a quick, short 12-hour break to watch the Oilers lose to Boston 6-5. It was a great game, but frustrated that our boys lost. But I'm over it. Let's get back to this. What did I trip over? Oh, this new carpet, I guess. I decided not to film the rest of it because it was just basically more of the same that I just showed from the work I did on it last night and yesterday. I think it looks freaking awesome. This looks way better than what I had before. I don't know if you agree or not, but like just take a look at the difference here. Bam, 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 bam. That was a little quick. Honestly, I'm speaking for the edit. That hasn't happened yet. Hopefully that looked cool. But anyway, no, for real. Like look at them side by side. Big difference. I think I've come a long way in getting a good composition. This looks way better than this one here. While I was waiting for a lot of that to dry and stuff, I finished the fish. I've added in his little fin, which he didn't have before, and side by side, they're looking pretty dope. Those are gonna look great on the gallery wall together, along with this one. I was also going to do this yesterday, but I wanted to make sure that this was nice and dry before I started pouring a bunch of paint on there. So I have about half a bottle here. The other half was put on the frog. I hope this is enough to do the seahorse.
Go to sleep, you little baby. Go to sleep, you little baby. Go to sleep, you little baby. Mama's gone away, and Daddy's gonna stay. Leave nobody but me. Go to sleep, you little baby. 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 Come and lay your bones on these alabaster stones and be my ever-loving baby.
Well, I ran out of paint, but it looks pretty cool. It's the best I could do with the amount of paint I have. I'll let that dry, and then I'll do a couple more little embellishment. Why did I say that like that? A couple more embellishment drips and drops over it. I love this like very loose style of painting. You've seen me, if you've watched my channel for a while now, paint pictures similar to the fish. One was for my friend Landon for his home, which actually ended up helping him sell his house, and then I painted another one. And I paint them all kind of the same. Black background with a textured background. I used to do with the spray paint, which is actually one of those is spray paint, and the other one is rolled. But yeah, the rolled is way quicker. I think I'm going to do it that way from now on. And this is going to be a cool addition for the art show. I'm trying to do a bunch of different series. One is going to be stuff like this. In fact, this painting in the form of a print will be at the show. So I'll have like my portraiture type art there. All the different sports figures and musicians and stuff that I paint. They will all be there. The weird hot dog series is going to be there. This is going to be there. And then if you watched in my paint video catalog here on YouTube, I have a playlist there of all my standalone painting videos. I did this weird grungy like street art almost feel to a Garfield piece, and then I showed some other pieces that I had in there as well. That series will be there. That's a new one. It's a little more experimental, not everybody's taste. I imagine this isn't going to be everybody's taste. This is kind of minimalist with extras, I guess, because it's not super minimalist. I don't know how to describe it. It's like an abstract something. And there's going to be a little something more. I still got to put it in the fin. How many fins do they have? I don't know. I'm taking some artistic liberties. This is an X-ray series, not a skeleton series, if that makes sense. So I still want to put in some more detail, although you can still definitely tell what this is. But it'll be different. I'll be sharing that on my Instagram. Beyond all that, there's going to be a few other pieces of art, genres of art, series of art at the show as well. But in the meantime, let's go get this scanned up so we can actually get a print into the show.
Hey, Josh.
Hello. I got another Einstein and a few others for you to scan up.
I don't get it. Is a relish dog? I see
Yeah,
the connection there.
so that's part of this series, right? Which you've already scanned quite a few of the hot dogs in space.
I sort of get it. It's a play on words.
So relish the opportunity to get our dog into space.
Mm-hmm.
So this is obviously, I have a maple leaf on there, so it's a Canadian space shuttle, let's say.
Yeah.
Russia, for whatever reason, put a real dog into space, and it died within about 6 hours.
Oh.
So this is a play on that. Get our dog into space, but then it's got an Oscar Mayer Wiener mobile right there, so it's obviously talking about hot dogs, not real dogs. So basically, the joke is a play on Russia being overzealous and being like, haha, we're first, because they were the first satellite in space, first man in space. But I'm pretending like at the time they meant hot dogs.
Yeah.
Like let's be the first to send our hot dogs to space, not real dogs, you idiots. So that's the joke. Fire truck. Matthew, is that you?
All the hardware and trimmings.
Anyway, all right. So I just need that one as soon as you can, and then I will be able to give it back to Mr. Shaw.
So I scanned these.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, these are done already.
Oh, nice.
Well, no, I shouldn't say already, but they're done.
Yeah.
I was just
That's okay. You knew I was coming back. I don't know if you knew I was. Remember, like 30 paintings ago, I said I would only do 6 more. Well, there's 5 there, so nice. I could have brought 6 today, but I didn't. I decided just this, but I have a few more. But these are done. Okay, I'll bring these back home. These 2 paintings here are part of that series I was talking about earlier with the Garfield piece. Check this out. We got a lighthouse randomly on the street. Oh, what the heck, my door's open. And I think that they just might be my favorite of the series because they really capture the essence that I'm going for. That series is another experiment, which isn't going to be everybody's taste. It's way different than when I did that piece, but they're dope to me. I really like them. Hey, you're dressed like a grandfather today.
Thank you.
You want to meet the folks on my vlog?
Hello, vlog.
Hey, this is Christian.
Welcome to Sterling Gallery.
He's one of the salesmen here.
Yes, here, selling art. This guy's art. That's it. That's all you're allowed to buy when you come here.
That's a good way to be. Do you know if Sharon's here?
I saw her this morning. I know she's probably in the mall. I think she's at some other locations.
Perfect. Good thing I brought this.
Have a good day.
All right, you too, man. I do have to say, skateboarding in the mall is the best. I ain't a skateboarder, so beware. Actually, no. I changed my mind. I was going to go through those people over there, but that could have been bad. Way faster than walking. Whoa. Hello. Good. I brought you a gift. Well, it's not a gift. I brought you some property of your own. I have a key.
Yeah.
And then I also have that list I was going to show you.
What key is this?
That's the key for here.
Looks like it's key.
No, it's the key for... Oh, wait, I left the door open. What key is this? I did some work in here for them last week, so that's why I have the key. All right, figured that out, and now it's time to roll on home. I wasn't gonna hit you. Just had to drop off a key and go over some things for my upcoming show that I'm doing all these different series of art for, plus the classic Joshua Alexander stuff that you're used to seeing.
Engines on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have liftoff.
What you know about Ordal and the Gibari? Benny goes numb, you can call him at the fleece.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in. What you know about rolling down in the deep?
There's all sorts of things that we normally consume on Earth that we have here in space.
When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
All right, so I'm just waiting for school to end outside of Mr. Shock's school. I say Mr. Shock's school instead of my old school because when Mr. Shock was my teacher, he taught at a different school, which is obviously the school I went to. This school is just down the road, and the program that I was in has moved around since I've been in junior high, so he's over here now. When I went to see him, the reason why I worked out is because Landon's daughter goes to the school, and they had a volleyball tournament. I did not know I was going to be doing this project at all. I just wanted to say hi to him and ask him if he remembered me, and he remembered Josh, but he didn't know that I was Josh. So I don't know what to think of that. Was I memorable, but not that memorable at the same time? Was I only memorable because of the headaches I may have caused? Who knows? But anyway, there was a volleyball tournament for Melody's team, and Landon was watching, and I was like, oh, I'll come too, and I'll see if Mr. Shock is around. And it just so happened that they were having parent-teacher interviews, so he was there late, and I got to say hi to him and take home his painting that he accidentally ripped. Now that it's fixed and put together, today it's Friday, I have no idea if there's anything going on. So I wanted to come here and be in there when the bell rings, which apparently is in about 5 minutes. Wanted to catch him before he left. Unfortunately, I'm on a bit of a time crunch because I have a doctor's appointment here in an hour. So hopefully I can get the picture put up, say hi, and maybe ask him a few questions about his memories of me. We'll see. The last time I saw him was in 2014, so that's 10 years ago. He may not remember much. Watch as he remembers only bad things. I wasn't a bad kid, I was just a bad student. Mr. Shock! I got a gift for you.
Did you get it done?
Again. Yeah, sorry it took so
No,
long.
it's okay. I want to see how you did it.
Okay, let's go to your classroom.
Oh, did you put a wire on it too?
Yeah.
Because I want to hang it.
Yeah, I also brought a hook.
I might have to use, they're picky about what I do to the wall.
It's a very small hole.
No, I can't do that.
No? Okay.
I'll use a 3M hook.
Oh, okay.
I'll use something like, would something like this work?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking about over there, above my desk.
Yeah, you could do that.
So the unveiling?
Yeah.
You added to it.
Yeah, okay, so first off, remember when I showed you the other Einstein that I did, and you're like, oh, the colors, that looks so awesome.
Yeah.
So I decided to change it up.
Cool.
So I tried to fix...
Do you guys remember this painting?
This is your work?
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Oh, so
Yes!
Oh,
That is
awesome. Did he gain a bow tie too, or did he?
Yeah, he got a bow tie. Different shirt, different jacket.
The green is different. Yeah.
The green is different, yeah. I made it as though like the chalkboard was erased, so you can still see some of the stuff behind it.
Totally. I love the color in his skin. That is awesome.
Looks cool though, right?
Yeah, let's see. I want to see if it will fit here. Right there? How high would I go?
That looks good like that.
Yeah.
So this is what it looked like before, right?
Yeah, it was much darker.
Yeah. And then if you flip it around, it's
Oh,
there.
hey.
Yeah. So I brought
that's smart.
I brought some for each of your students. You can give them if you would like.
That's so cool.
Look at this.
Do you have any of your contact information on these? Like
No.
Instagram or anything like that?
I could put it on there, I suppose.
I like that you included this too because I don't want to forget what the original looked like.
Right? There we go.
And so how did you fix the canvas?
Okay, so I just glued on another piece of canvas on the back. And so it's not, I mean, I'm sure there's a proper way to do it, but this is how I did it. So it should be fine. Like you can still tell it's got some damage there, but it's essentially gone.
So how do you decide what you're gonna do with the squad?
I don't know if it's much of a decision. I just let it rip, yeah. So I kind of just do like more of the color that I used in the picture, and then I just, and I'm like, okay, that looks good. Sometimes I overdo it and I take it off and fix it and then do it again.
What paint is this?
This is acrylic.
Acrylic?
Yeah.
So then when I hang this, I need to look kind of
Where the
height,
wires, yeah.
The height of like that spot right there is where
Yeah. Yeah. Too bad you can't put a hook in, because I did bring a hook. It's just a pinhole.
I'll get in trouble.
No one will know. You can blame it on me. Your favorite student of all time.
So what? Show me the pin.
So I brought a tape. So it's the Hercules hook. Basically stick that through the wall.
I'm not doing it. I'm
No?
not doing that.
All right.
But thanks for bringing that. I will make it work on Monday.
A few moments later.
Because he's got a hook that he could shove into the wall. Do it. You think so? Who's gonna take it there?
How long are you
Okay,
gonna?
do it.
Yeah. Okay. How long are you gonna be
He's my
teaching
boss,
here?
so I can... No, I'm not your boss. Look at, show him the hook first.
Exactly. When you're retired.
It's a small hook, right? It's a little bit bigger than a tack, but it's small,
I would put it.
right?
I would put it.
Like I've had needles bigger than that.
Exactly.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. All right.
It's amazing.
So this is...
So are you the original artist of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But this, okay, remember this?
Yeah. I remember it. That is cool.
Is it better? Do you think it looks better than it did before?
Absolutely.
The color is awesome.
Yeah.
And there's so much, like I was seeing the detail in the eyes and whatnot too.
It's just a totally different portrait. Painting.
He did some cool stuff though, like, so I used to do this in my classroom all the time, right?
So that's what he's...
But then it's like he said, it's like the chalkboard's been erased, but just that hint is still there.
That's cool.
Left some of these.
I like the modern look of it. Oh, there it is. I got it wrong.
I got it wrong.
Even in my class,
classroom if you want.
Oh, it's called My Errands.
Yeah.
So show me more. Like, what is it? So you have the paint on your hand, and you're just like.
Yeah, just instead of using brushes, essentially.
And talk to me about that. Like, does that give a different texture? Does it?
I think it just makes it so I don't waste brushes because I never wash them.
Okay,
I'm sure it gives it a texture, but and sometimes you can see like fingerprints in there and such. But
that's super cool. Yeah, your fingerprints all over it.
Yeah.
And this is your thing.
That was my old signature. I could sign it again actually with my current signature.
How long did it take you to go from here to here?
It probably took maybe 4 hours.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So this is 10 years later.
Yeah.
How much has your style / skill?
I would say the skill has changed, but the style is more or less the same. I tried to get a little more likeness into the pictures now, whereas before I kind of was happy.
I think it's in the eyes that too. Like.
Oh yeah.
There's a difference in that, right?
I changed quite a bit in the face where I was like, this looks like that looks like Einstein because Einstein has a look, but this looks way more like Einstein. I exaggerated the size of his mustache and stuff and his hair being crazy, but that's just artistic license.
Persona, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then I added in the bow tie just because I didn't know if he wore bow ties necessarily, but I put it in there. I looked at some pictures. I did see him with some bow ties, so I was like, yeah, that's kind of a, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I just remember back to watching Bill Nye in science class and stuff, and he had a bow tie, and so I don't know.
Did you change the shape of this a little bit here too? Hey?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Make it look a little more relaxed.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man.
Glad you like it. I'm glad that you're...
Yeah, no. I mean, I like this. I like this one too, obviously, but this one, yeah, that's awesome.
So how many students do you have?
In my grade 9 class, I have 28, and then in my grade 8 class, I've got 27.
Oh, I didn't know that you had 2 classes. I guess I should have guessed that because when I was your student, you had 3 classes actually. I'll get more made because I only got 30. I just guessed how many students you might have, but I had no idea. So when I came last time, you didn't remember me.
I didn't recognize you. I didn't remember you 100%. Who is it? Help me out. The voice. I know the voice.
I should know who he is.
Well, you never taught me.
I know. I was going to say.
Scoot up from here.
Give us a clue.
Okay, so you would have started off out in Queen Street.
Were you in Queen Street?
Yeah.
Holy man, that's
Thanks
20
for
years
making
ago.
us feel. Okay, what's another clue?
Roxton.
You went to
So you
Boston?
transitioned. So I taught you grade 8 at Queen Street, grade 9 at Roxton.
Your face is super familiar,
It's the voice.
actually.
You were friends with Josh.
Roselle?
Not Roselle.
He's older.
Oh, Josh.
I have a pinky note from Josh in my room.
Oh, Josh
Yeah.
Grimskin?
Yeah. Are you brothers with Josh? No.
Oh my gosh, what's your name? Why is he doing this to us? You have a kid at this school?
No.
Oh.
Why are you here? Are you just looking at children?
No, my friend.
I'm Melody Radcliffe's dad.
Oh.
You were friends with Josh.
Yeah.
You what?
It is Josh?
Mr.
Josh is the rudest.
What makes me memorable, do you think?
I remember, there's a few things I remember about you. I remember that you were at times a challenging student.
In a bad way or what?
Well, you didn't always like following the rules. I remember your unique situation living with your grandma.
Well, she wasn't my grandma, but yeah.
Yeah, you called her grandma.
No.
Did you not call her?
No,
You called her mom.
Yeah, I called her mom, but she was older.
She was older, and I remember her being very strict.
Yeah.
And I remember you resenting her for that.
Yeah.
And I remember...
Hey, what's half of 35?
Come on.
No, you're the math teacher.
Yeah, I know, but you gotta know that. 17 and a half.
All right.
I remember she did not approve of you and Ashley together.
Right.
I remember she wanted... That was also a really... You have to turn it off before I say it.
Okay, I'll take that up. Okay, moment of
You
truth.
actually, your voice is very recognizable as well.
Yeah?
Like yeah, the voice I remember.
Yeah, I always had a deeper voice, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. How's that look?
That looks awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah. Looks like it belongs there, man.
Yeah, that actually looks good. Yeah, it's better than being behind
Yeah,
the...
for sure. Well, and to be honest with you, I was kind of always hiding it.
Because it ripped up.
So I'd always strategically put something in front of that bottom corner.
Oh, it looks good there. Now, when your students come in, you have all your classes on Monday?
Yep.
Okay, I'll try to drop these off so that you
And I'm gonna take one home to show my wife.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, this is my grade 7, 8, and 9 science and math teacher that I had way back in the day. You were probably, and I don't know if I ever told you this, I definitely have told my audience that I always said my favorite teacher was Mr. Shock.
Oh, wow.
And part of that is because, yes, I was a challenging student at times. And I didn't necessarily mean to be. I was just kind of hard-headed and whatever. Just different issues in my childhood and such. But one of the things that that is still notable to me, and it's like one of my, I don't know if you'd call it callbacks, but when I think about what I've chosen as a career and stuff, I'm like, freaking Mr. Shock. You're not an art teacher.
No.
But you let me draw on my desk. You didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But then
I don't remember this, but yeah.
Okay, but then I just did it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then your rule was no curse words. So I just didn't draw things that had curse words in it.
Did I make you clean it up afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was rude to leave it for janitorial staff.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I had to clean it up. Right? And then one of the things that actually it looks like you still do it.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Like the title pages and such, and diagrams and stuff. You always wanted people to do their own, but I loved doing them. And when people would ask me to do it, that was one of the things that I don't know. It's like something small that you probably didn't even mean to make any sort of impact, but it 100% did, because the things that I was good. You were also the gym teacher.
I was.
So for grade 8 and 9, anyways, for me, or sorry, grade 7 and 8. Grade 9, we had a gym teacher. But so if I look back at my report cards and stuff, I always did good in gym, and I always did good in art, and everything else I was okay. And I swear, and I don't know if you remember this, but I think you gave me grace marks to pass grade 9 math. Science, I was okay.
Mm-hmm.
But math, I was in. Except for, here's another thing that I tell people. So when do you learn long division? In grade 3 or so, right? That's when
I
you
don't
start?
even know.
Right? Somewhere around grade 3 you learn. I didn't learn it until grade 9. Because I just could not grasp it until you were like, okay. I had to stay in at lunch one time. I hated it because that's when I would hang out with Ashley the most. and you were explained it in a way that finally made sense, and so now I know how to do long division. I'd probably still have trouble with it. Now I have a calculator, but yeah. Anyway, this is my grade 7, 8, and 9 and favorite of all time teacher. I didn't really go to high school, so I did have.
So my odds are good.
I guess. I mean, but I had teachers before you too.
Yeah.
But you had the most. I still think about for years, because I didn't go to high school. I used to say last year, to my friends and stuff. I'd be like, "Oh, you remember last year in grade 9?" Even though it's grade 12 already. But I missed all that, so I would say last year. And for a long time, I would think, "Oh, that was just then," because I had, even though it probably was not the greatest, I had so much fun being in your class.
Did we do floor hockey together?
Yes.
That was my favorite times.
I loved it. And I don't know if you remember this other student, Levi. He was older than me.
I remember Levi back at Queen Street.
Yes.
Levi, little guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was so good at everything. And this is another thing I sometimes talk about, of how people who are better than you make you better.
Yeah.
He was such a good athlete, at least for our age group.
Yeah, he was.
In our school. And I hated it. When you would make us run the school perimeter,
I remember that for sure.
I was a good runner. I could run far, and I didn't get tired. So I would run, and then he would run too. Obviously, everyone would run. I'd be leader of the pack, and then this guy just out of nowhere, he catches up to me, and I'm like, "Come on!" And then we're sprinting at the end.
And he's younger than you, right?
No, he was older.
What? Oh, he was older.
He was older by 1 year, and he would always win these foot races. And I think part of it was strategy. He didn't gas out by taking off at first. Man, I hated that. But he was such a... Anyways, the floor hockey, I remember this one particular time, because here's the thing about Mr. Shock is, at least in my experience, there is no, oh, these are kids, I'm not going to play good.
I tried to dominate little kids, yes. Oh, you ever watch Mr. D?
Yeah, I love that show.
Oh, I love that show too. He did the same thing.
Cameron, that's why I asked for the ball. Fight hard! Delay game. Hurry up. Delay game. Come on, that's delay game.
I remember this one particular time, Levi and me, you always put us on separate teams, probably because we would dominate them, and handball as well. Anyway, I remember this one time, we're just trying to, we're just in a stalemate duel, trying to get this ball out of this, corner of the court or whatever. And then here comes Mr. Shock.
I remember this.
Yeah?
Didn't I lift him up or something like that?
Yeah, you were just like, and he was gone. And obviously you had a skill that we didn't have yet. We were just little kids, and I was never in hockey, and I don't think he was either. But yeah, I remember stuff like that, which I think is a lot of fun. Anyways, you're the best teacher. When I came and picked this up, there was parent teachers. There was a little girl sitting out there. I'm like, what is this? No, it's parent teachers. I'm like, is this Mr. Shock's classroom? And she was like, yeah. And I'm like, isn't he the best? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah.
That's awesome.
And then the other teacher who I don't
so you can't do that.
I can take that part out.
You have to take the first part out.
Okay, I can take it out.
Because I'll lose my job.
Okay.
Best unemployed teacher ever.
All right, thanks, man.
Oh, thank you. Awesome.
You know what would be sick? I mean, of course, if you don't want to, it won't bother me none. But I do this show in my studio, if you will, called Shop Talk. It would be awesome if you came on. Yeah, would you ever be interested in something like that, or nah?
Maybe. You do it for groups of people at a time, or what?
No, I do it just one-on-one. So basically, I have my audience ask questions.
Hey Cam, go look at the painting in my room.
The one the Einstein one?
Yeah.
I peeked in it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Was that you that did that one?
Yeah.
Josh.
Looks really good.
Thanks. If you'd ever be interested, I'd be sick, and my subscribers, they would be super stoked about it.
I'm not gonna say no. How many subscribers do you have?
Like 30,000 or something.
Shut up.
Oh, it's a semi. Oh, he must have just got in.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. You'll be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At last, long love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. take my eyes off you. Goodbye to you, my trusted friend.